From USA Carp Guide. Do you want to turn a good fishing trip into a great one? Introducing baiting mixes, the smartest way to plan your feed strategy. Browse ready-to-made mixes crafted by expert anglers, or build your own from scratch. Choose ingredients, set quantities, log your results. With real data from your sessions, you'll know exactly what bait to use and when. Smarter prep, bigger catches, fewer blanks. Download the Go Catch Fish app, available in the App Store and Google Play Store today. Hi, I'm Daniel Irish from USA Carp Guide. Do you want to turn a good fishing trip into a great one? Introducing baiting mixes, the smartest way to plan your feed strategy. Browse ready-to-made mixes crafted by expert anglers, or build your own from scratch. Choose ingredients, set quantities, log your results. With real data from your sessions, you'll know exactly what bait to use and when. Smarter prep, bigger catches, fewer blanks. Download the Go Catch Fish app, available in the App Store and Google Play Store.
And the tide's got 4 or 5 seconds and we're out of time. It only takes 4 or 5 seconds when we're about to fold. It's sinking or swim, bit thinking of you in the afterglow. And the tide's got 4 or 5 seconds and we're out.
Hi, I'm Daniel Irish from USA Carp Guide. Do you want to turn a good fishing trip into a great one? Introducing baiting mixes, the smartest way to plan your feed strategy. Browse ready-to-made mixes crafted by expert anglers, or build your own from scratch. Choose ingredients, set quantities, log your results. With real data from your sessions, you'll know exactly what bait to use and when. Smarter prep. Here he is. It's a nice little common. So these are going to be the 2 rigs that I'm going to be starting out with today. I have a tiger nut on a yellow pop-up with a split shot right there. And then on the second rig we have the orange pop-up maze with a tiger nut. I am going to use a little bit of pack. Nothing crazy, just oats and corn. That's it. Corn.
There we go. Hello everybody, what's going on? I know I'm not the normal guy to start this off, but just to get you guys going, how are we doing? Let's see how the chat's going. Paul, I see you. Brian, what's up? Good as always. Team Fish Fighters in the chat. Michael's here. How's it going, everybody? Today's show, we've got a pretty good recap on what's been going on, some recent news in the world. And as soon as we get everybody here, then we'll get going. But until then, I'm going to go do some behind the scenes stuff. You guys can watch the YouTube video.
Hi, I'm Daniel Irish from USA.
Okay, we're
Previously
good.
set quantities log your results.
Yep.
With real data from your sessions, you'll know.
Hello, everybody. Whoa, I'm big on the full screen. How's everybody doing? Let me pull up the chat. Let me pull up the chat. I saw Paul, I saw Brian Rand, I saw all kinds of people in here. Thank you, everyone. Ontario Carpin, Carpin, New England. How's everybody doing? This is not my usual setup. This is the attic, actually. I'm usually in the basement, but we're resetting the basement. We're doing a little bit of renovation and, just moving a bunch of stuff around so that the studio looks a little bit better. And that is why I'm up here. I still got the USA Carp Guide banner. I still got Catch there behind me, so we're still rocking and rolling. I do want to talk about catch. One of the first things I do want to talk about is the baiting mixes that have really been helping me this winter. I really like being able to differentiate what PVA bags I've been using in what spots. I've liked that I can differentiate, if I've been using panko in a mix, if I've been using oats or grits or something like that. I really like that I can differentiate what I've been using. So the baiting mixes are really, really coming in handy from catch. Also, when I do catch one this year, because I haven't caught a carp this year, I've blanked twice, but it's been fun. When I do catch one and get the log, as soon as I take a picture of it, it'll give me the moon phase, the weather conditions, the wind, the speed, the wind direction, and all things like that. So it's an all-in-one virtual log book. So the days of us carrying around, 18 different things for one catch are over. And that's why we call it Catch. So go ahead, check out Catch in the Google Play Store and Apple Store today. I also want to talk to you guys about West Coast bait boats. West Coast bait boats. If you guys saw him, yeah, Paul Metz said the expo is amazing. Yeah, if you saw Nick Rusi there at the expo with West Coast bait boats, it was pretty cool. One of the big things about the West Coast bait boats is the GPS features and the ability to have, so many points in one swim, and then you get like 90 swims or something like that. So you will pretty much never run out of spots. We definitely don't. My biggest thing is the battery life, because I would always hate when I had a bait boat and then I would run it out, forget to charge it and then go out to a session and then it's dead. The cool thing about the West Coast bait boats is they have an incredible battery life. We use 8 rods down on the houseboat at Dale Hollow, and we're able to rebait those quite consistently with one battery, and I think it lasted us 3 days with rebaiting 8 rods consistently, and then also between fish. And it's not like we're just running it, 30, 40 yards. Each rod is out at about 80 to 100 yards, and then our furthest one is actually about 226 yards, if I remember correctly. It's like 220 something. So the boats are going pretty far, and the batteries are lasting. So go check out West Coast Bait Boats. Tell Nick we sent you. Tell him USA Carp Guide got you to check them out. So thank you very much. Let me take a little drink. As Paul was saying, the chili meat guys, it was awesome. It was awesome to see you guys. It was awesome to meet a lot of you. Put a name to a face. Jim out there. Jim, I'm not sure how to pronounce your last name. Starts with a K, but it was nice to finally meet you in person. I want to say thank you to Team Fish Fighters, and thank you to James Sanders, for having this event over 20 years. That was the 21st annual, if I'm not mistaken. So they've been doing this for over 20 years, and that kind of consistency to stay inside the carp community is awesome. It's very, very cool to see. I pray that I can have that kind of consistency. I pray that I still have the passion to be able to do those kinds of events, year after year. And I'm glad that a lot of people. I'm happy with the feedback that we got. A lot of people said that this was the best one in years. That this year. We had a lot of vendors turn out and a lot of participants turn out. You know, a lot of people walked through the doors. It was very, very cool. We had a lot of wild water representation, which was one of the goals of mine, was to really get some of these wild water brands, some of these wild water anglers to come out and kind of find ourselves a community of Midwest wild water anglers. We don't really get to see each other too much. We don't get to talk to each other too much, and for us to all come together to the chili meet and finally put names to faces to talk to each other about spots, to talk to each other about rigs and what we're doing was very, very cool. Austin and I met an angler named Mason, and he actually came out to a session the very next day with us. So that was very, very cool. It seems like we're already building a sense of community. And that's really what it's about, especially the Carp Expo. It's all about coming together, and we all have to work together towards this common goal because we're all trying to catch these carp and we all love carp angling. So I really think that if we can all work together and move towards one direction together, that they aren't going to be able to stop us. Speaking of James Sanders and Team Fish Fighters, I got info that the White River Invitational will be June 13th in Indianapolis, Indiana. And I am pretty sure that I will be a marshal for it again. And I want to have how do I say this correctly? I want to have a bigger part of the marshaling this year. I feel like last year was a great experience walking around, getting my feet wet, weighing everybody's fish, doing the peg draw, everything like that. I think this year we need to go to the pegs beforehand and get rid of any unfishable pegs. There shouldn't ever be, in my opinion, there shouldn't ever be a time where somebody pulls a peg and then they take the time to move all their gear to said peg and now it's unfishable. I think that's our job as tournament organizers and as weigh marshals to actually go and check the pegs beforehand. I don't think that's fair to somebody who looks at a juicy peg and now, because the water's come down 16 inches, it's a bad peg. Some people would say that's on, the anglers to look at it because that's a skill set. But I think if we want to grow this thing, then we need to make it as accessible as we can for everybody. And that includes, people that aren't going to take that time to do all that scouting. That's not what this tournament is about. This tournament is about everybody coming to the White River and having the same chance to catch a fish. We want this to be as even as possible, if that makes sense. We want it to be very competitive, based upon if it's your first time or if it's your 32nd time fishing this thing. We want both people to have an equal footing as far as we're concerned as tournament organizers. I have James in the chat saying he agrees, so I'm glad that I wasn't overstepping. I was thinking in my head, I was like, man, am I messing up right now? Am I putting too much pressure on us? But no, thank you that you were agreeing. Paul Met says, can I say something? Always, Paul, always. Please say something. Please say something. I'm trying to do the best that I can while also Seth Daniel. Yeah, okay. I thought we were being helpful, Paul. I thought we were being helpful, but I'm trying to do the best that I can to find the happy medium, right? Because there's never going to be a time where everybody's happy. And I have to realize that there's never going to be a time where the tournament organizer's completely happy. There's never going to be a time where the people fishing the social or the tournament are completely happy. And so I have to find the happy medium of the least people on the tournament side being unhappy and the least people fishing unhappy. So It's a thin line, but I think we can figure it out. And I definitely have, a lot of support around us. If anything, I'm supporting, the people that have gone before me and have, cemented carp fishing as something that's here to stay as the last, decade to 20 years. So I really appreciate what you guys have done, and I don't want to step on anybody's toes. And that's why I try to be respectful as possible when I do talk about these events, because they do have a long history, and there are people that are very proud to fish them. There are people that are very proud that they have won them. And one of the coolest things about those is that we have people from all over that come and fish them. We have Paul Metz come fish them. We'll have Jamie come fish them. We'll have the KCCA boys come fish them. We'll have Brenda Kim come fish them. We just have people from all over come fish these, and we have the sense of community that we get from these tournaments is really what it's all about. Because honestly, we're not one of the crown jewels in the community as far as it goes as tournament wise. So in my opinion, I think that we should try to make it as accessible to everybody and make it one of the more fun and more accessible tournaments. I think it should be one of those tournaments that everybody that shows up literally has a chance to win it as far as we're concerned. Every peg should be able to catch fish the same way. They should be somewhat equal. We should do a better job of, clearing all this stuff out. And that's me saying me. I should have last year gone down to each peg and checked it. I should have checked the vegetation for each peg. I'll take responsibility for that. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. I'll take full responsibility. I'll be the leading charge on that. And I definitely know that I have the support of Team Fish Fighters and James Sanders to help me get it done. So thank you guys very much. I do want to talk about CCC. I want to talk about their fake corn because I have been looking for, I'm going to talk about it one last time, Paul. It's the last time. It's the last time I'll talk about it. I was looking for the fake red corn, the jumbo size, and I finally got some. And then Paul also comes to the chili meat and he gives me some. So it was very cool, very funny. Thank you very much, Paul. But Connecticut Custom Tackle makes my preferred fake corn. I love the pink, I like the white, I like the yellow, and I have been experimenting with the red. Got a nice profile. They got the slot for the hair stopper, and check them out. Check out their corns. Another thing that they make, which is very cool, and let's hope I don't spill them all over my keyboard, is that they make leads. And this is probably what you guys know Connecticut Custom Tackle for mainly are their leads. And these are 3-ounce lead clip leads. And I was actually messing with them here before the show. I think this is what I'm going to try to use this weekend is a hair rig on a lead clip. So check out Connecticut Custom Tackle. Check out RJ. Check out Jacob, everybody over there. Shout out to you guys. Thank you for everything that you guys are doing. Really appreciate it. And as we are talking about, people over there on the East Coast and everything, check out Ben's Tackle Shack, guys. They are one of the main reasons that we were able to get into the New England Fishing Expo. And through that, I feel like the carpet community really, really came together. I feel like we talked about what goals that we wanted to achieve. And I feel like we came together and realized that we have to set aside our differences and work with each other, even if we have opposing views here and there, that we all care about the fish and we all are working towards the same goal. So if we can work with each other, that we will be unstoppable and we'll be able to share the love of carp fishing that we have with everyone. So thank you, Ben's Tackle Shack. I was in a Ben's Tackle Shack finally. I got to walk in to the place. and they carry carp tackle. I am able to walk in there and get the hooks that I would like. I'm able to get my size 8 swivels that I complained to Molly about so much that she says, can't we just go to Bass Pro Shops? Can't we just go to Walmart and get them? No, they're size 8 swivels. They are a pain to get. So it would be a dream to be able to walk in there and just pick up a pack of swivels or pick up a pack of, tail rubbers or pick up anti-tangle sleeves, stuff like that. So the amount of carp tackle that they are actually carrying was amazing. And if you don't understand how something works in there, you have Dave who will he will explain it to you, and honestly, he'll probably take you fishing just to explain it to you. So, shout out to Dave, shout out to everybody at Ben's Tackle Shack. If anybody has any questions about anything, please put them in the chat. I'm going to keep on rolling. Keep on keeping on. I want to talk about bottom feeder baits. I want to talk about it. So thank you to everyone who said hello to us at the Carp Expo, came by the booth. I was talking my jaw off. I was very excited about bottom feeder baits. I was very excited about everybody that came and hang out. I was excited. I was about to say I was excited, but it's surreal. When I was at the expo 2 years ago and I was the one walking up to the vendors and everything and saying, "Oh, I watch you on YouTube. I'm so excited to meet you." And for the people that came up to me to the expo and told me, that they were excited to meet me, I couldn't believe it. What do you mean you're excited to meet me? I'm excited to meet you. I watch you on the internet. I watch you post all your fish. It helps me take a step back and be very, very thankful for the people that support me and the community that we are making. Um, it really makes my heart full to meet every single person in this community. So thank you guys very much for sharing that with me, and thank you for introducing yourself to me because I am terrible. I am absolutely terrible with faces and names. As Paul says, yes, the boilies did not last long. Let me grab some. Give me 1 second. You thinking I'm giving away everyone? Of course, I'm giving away everything we got there. But before I put them out, I went ahead and got mine. So we have the tropical peach. And I didn't grab a banana because I'm terrible. But there we have the fish and fruit. And the fish fruit, I like the fish fruit. I'm not really a boily person, first of all. And then secondly, I'm not really a fishy boily person, but thank you very much. Molly just threw me a banana. I'm going to lose it here. I'm the only one on the show, so I'm going to lose it. Banana boilies as well, and those are 24 mils. Now, I think the bananas are probably my favorite, and then the peaches will be my second favorite, and then the fish fruit will probably be my third favorite. As I smell a fish and fruit. Paul says my favorite. The fish fruit or the banana are your favorite, sir? Yeah, those are nice, man. Those are nice. So, if you did come by the booth, then you should have gotten a free tub of boilies. And if you did, please let me know what you guys think about those. Fish fruit, my fave. Okay, well, you guys are also over there on the East Coast, you're fishing rivers, things like that, where you have a lot of, smaller bait fish, smaller things like that. I feel like a lot of seafood, a lot of stuff like that. So it makes sense that that works around where you are. We have more crawfish, more mussels, more stuff like that. So I guess it should work for us too, as I'm actually talking out loud. You got a rattlesnake flavor? Yeah, that's what we need, right? We need a rattlesnake flavor, Brian. I actually also. Ooh. No, I don't. Never mind. I don't have anything else. What I do have is an update on the bottom feeder baits store. So I have been working tirelessly to bring you guys a website that you guys can purchase bottom feeder baits from, because it has been a hassle, right? It's been a hassle if you are somebody that doesn't live in our area and you would like to purchase bottom feeder baits. It is a pain to get your hands on it, or if you're not by Dave's Tackle Shack, it's Tackle Shack with Dave. It's a pain to get your hands on bottom feeder baits. So I'm trying to make a website so that you guys can order it. And it's not done yet, but it's coming together pretty swell. And I just will show you. There you go. That's all you get to see. It's coming. So it's coming. We have the website coming. The website will be here soon. We just have a couple more little like verification and like paperwork type things to get through. So we will have the website up. If you are wondering if you can buy the boilies on the website, no, you cannot. So if you got boilies at the chili meat, you currently have the only bottom feeder baits boilies in existence. We have not placed an order for another one as far as I know. If we have, I didn't mean to lie to you. We haven't placed another order as far as I know. You know, bosses could have put in an order and not told me about it. I completely understand. But as far as I know, if you got a jar at the chili meat, you have the only bottom feeder baits boilies. So please let me know what you guys think about those. Circling through my notes here. Top secret clearance. Yeah, for real, man. Top secret clearance. Does anybody in the chat have any questions about anything? Because I'm starting to run out of topics and we are at 7:30. I do have some topics to still go over. Just want to get some questions out there. Want to give you guys enough time to ask them as well. Texture's perfect, scent's perfect. Yeah. And one of the cool things was that Paul actually brought like some like some of his like rigs and stuff. Consistency perfect too. Yeah. Paul brought like some of his rigs and stuff like in a tank. And so we were able to, you know, see how everything looked in the water as well. And so, I mean, they just look crazy, man. They look crazy. Everything's great. Everything's great, bro. So if you got your hands on them, let me know what you think about them. I have some good news as well that does not involve bait. We're going to move to a new subject. Oh, no worries. You unmuted yourself. All good, though.
Oh, my bad.
No worries. When you guys fishing Dale? Very soon. We should be fishing Dale Hollow very, very soon. It's the 24th right now. Um, Honestly, probably within the next like 3 weeks, we should be going down there. I imagine. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm starting to get memories that we were down there March 18th. March 18th says Kenny Mac. So we will be down there March 18th. I do want to talk about a grassroots trail for our local anglers. Now, if you're muted, Kenny must be making boilies. There we are. Okay. Give me a W. You guys can hear me, right? A W in the chat. Okay, okay. Hear you loud and clear, says Taylor. Awesome, awesome. Okay, W. W, everybody. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Yeah, I'm not sure, where can he, I think he was having technical difficulties, on his end. You know how it is sometimes. Sometimes it's tough, bro. Sometimes you, click on stuff and stuff doesn't want to be clicked. But we have been scouting places over, the last year or so, looking for somewhere to host 5 or 6 events over the course of the year. And then, you get points in the events and there's, prizes and stuff like that. So next Saturday, I'll be looking at possibly the second venue in what I want to do. And I want to get, venues in Southern Indiana, Eastern Indiana, Western Indiana, Northern Indiana, Central Indiana. I want there to be kind of like a home event, if that makes sense, for each little district of Indiana. And I want all the anglers to be able to, host their little event. Not that the anglers have to host it, but I want it to be a close drive for them, an hour or so, and then have the other events, 2 or 3 hours, and then there is going to be one 4 or 5 hour event for everyone. If you're coming from the south to the north, it's going to be long. If you're going from the north to the south, that one's going to be long. So just to put it into perspective that everyone will be driving a good bit for these events, we really, really need to make sure that the venues we choose are good venues. They are fishable venues. They are places that we want to fish. And so we'll be working on that. I'll let the cat out of the bag and talk about some of the people that are going to help me with that. That's Austin Jones, of course, going to help me with that. Kenny Max helping me with that as well, giving me some guidance, whenever I'm asking him questions. So that's very cool. I have Jimmy Sneed and Justin Keaton helping me with that as well. And James Sanders has told me that if I need anything, organizational wise, that he'll help me with anything like that. So I have a whole team behind me that's ready to help. So it's really up to me now to say, okay, I have the venues, I have this, let's go check them out, let's check this out, let's check that out, and we'll get it set up. So I realized that something like this was done, 6 to 10 years ago before I was here in the scene. I'm not trying to say that I'm the difference maker because that's not at all what it is. I want to respect the history that has gone on before me. I want to respect the fact that the fact that we did have tournament trails, that we did have Hoosier Carper trails before this grassroots thing that I'm trying to do. The only thing that I'm trying to do is breathe a breath of life into this and get this thing going again. And hopefully, if we can get this going, then that means that everything that you guys did in the past, that set us up for this, was not done in vain. I don't see what was going on before as failure, even though some people have said that before. I kind of see it as a stage one. I see it as, you guys test the waters, and it was a pretty good turnout. We just needed a little bit more, uh, structure, a little bit more of anglers supporting anglers, and I feel like with the newfound sense of community that we have had since New England, that we are able to do that now.
Yeah, I feel like
Um,
everything's had a breath of fresh air blown into it from everybody. Everybody's got that gust of wind in their sails now, where a line is
mm-hmm.
getting on the path together. Whereas before, this was everybody. Everybody was going their own ways, and they were splitting off like this. Everybody's got one path now, and that's when we become dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, it felt like we were, like a bunch of different strands of hair and or like strands of like yarn, and we were all trying to do our own thing, and now we're starting to weave together, and now we're some rope. Now we could pull something because we got rope. So it's very, very cool. Speaking of the small socials, so next Saturday I will be checking out an event in southern, not an event, a venue in southern Indiana. And Austin, you are just now being told about this. So if you're free next
Thank you
weekend,
for
you're
the
going to come
heads
with
up.
us.
I will definitely get down there with you.
And this weekend at one of our spots, it hasn't been determined yet, but the two spots are 15 minutes away from each other. It just depends on how many anglers we get, but we are planning on doing a small social. The weather's going to be nice. It's going to be like 58 degrees and sunny Saturday. So come on out, send me a message on Facebook or something like that, and just, say, hey, man, I'm interested in the social. Where you guys going to have it? And I'll let you know where we're going to have it. Um, I really, really would like everybody to show up. There's not going to be, pegs or anything like that marked out.
Make
There
sure
are
you
going to
bring
be.
$10 cash because we're thinking about doing a porch pot if everybody wants to run one.
Okay, Austin's running a porch pot.
A little bit of competition never hurt nobody. All right.
But it's going to be mainly for fun. If you're a carp angler that you're not sure how to tie the hair rigs, you're not really sure, you want to check it out. This is a great, great free opportunity for you to come and see, what carp fishing's all about, see how we do the bait, see how we do the rig, see how, where are we casting and why, see how we break down the water. This should be a fun event that everybody can learn something, and hopefully we catch a couple fish here and there.
Yeah, with that,
Apparently, also, if you're interested in a porch pod, I guess you guys can throw a little something, something here and there.
yeah, and this will be an opportunity for you new guys to see some higher end gear that you're not quite sure you want to get your hands on yet. We'll have the West Coast bait boat there. We'll have the bivvies there. We'll have the high dollar bed chairs there. The lawn chairs that you guys see folding and reclining, rods, reels, alarms. You'll get to see a huge variety of that. And you can pick and choose what you want. You get to see it in person. We don't have somewhere where you can go to a shop and see Fox, Nash, Delcom, and Sirens on the display. We don't have that here. You can't go into a store. You're looking at pictures online. This is a great opportunity for you guys to get out there, hands on with this equipment, see which ones you might want. If there's somebody there who's looking for what you got and you're looking for what they got, could be a time to swap out some things, change some gear around, and just all around get to know each other a little bit better.
Yeah, it should be really cool. The great made is, a lot of the gear that you're looking at, you're only looking at it online, and it's very, very hard as a beginner to determine what you want to purchase because you definitely don't want to waste your money. So, as a beginner, this could be a great opportunity for you to come out as a current carp angler. It could be a great opportunity for you to come out and maybe catch some fish. And if you're if you're a little bit more competitive, maybe you guys can all come together and figure something out together to itch your competitive side. So that'll be very, very cool. Um, the pegs are going to be first come, first serve. There's not going to be really any rules about, how close an angler can be towards, one another. Just ask that if you are, getting your competitive itch on, that you guys show each other some respect because any drama or anything like that, I will have zero tolerance for. I know that we're talking about, getting everybody into carp fishing. We're talking about we want everybody into carp fishing. This is the one time that I will be completely 1000% serious. If you are somebody that causes drama, especially in a social that I have put my name on, you will never be coming to a social that I put my name on ever again. If you have an issue, please come to me or come to somebody that is helping me out with the social, with the event, and we'll get it figured out from there. But to cause drama, especially when we're trying to get children and families into this sport. We cannot have that. So
Absolutely
just a
zero
fair warning.
tolerance. Any vulgar language out of the "I just lost a fish, oh crap" stuff. Any derogatory things towards each other. It's a
Mm-hmm.
no. It's a no go. Absolutely not. No, you will be escorted off the property.
Well, I can't escort you off the property. I'm not that big, but Austin's
No,
pretty
you will be
big.
escorted off the property.
Austin might be able to escort you off the property, but I'm not saying that you can't be that type of person because I get it. I get it. Tempers flare. All that I'm saying is, do not do it during the hours and the venue of the social. That's all I'm asking. That's literally all I'm asking for you. If you guys need to figure it out yourselves after the social at a different venue, then be my guest. But we're trying to get kids here. We're trying to get families out here to experience this sport that we love because the kids are going to be the next generation of carp anglers. And that's really, really what we got to do. They are going to be the ones that have the appreciation for the fish, that get their parents to get them out there, they get their parents to, spend their weekends now fishing. And now we care about the water, now when, they're thinking about voting on legislation and stuff like that. Now we have to protect the water. Now we have to protect the fish because little Jimmy likes to catch fish. And if little Jimmy can't catch fish, he's going to be sad all the time. So that is what we got to do. We have to get the families and everybody else fishing. So we have to present ourselves family friendly.
Remember, everybody, if Jimmy Little is upset, Austin Big is upset.
But the main thing, I don't want to dwell on that too much. The main thing is everybody come out, everybody have fun, everybody check out what everybody's doing. We're all here to make friends. We're all here to experience carp angling in its truest form.
Dreams, not drama, baby. That's what we're about. That's what we're pushing
Dreams,
this
not
year.
drama. Dreams, not drama. And I do want to say shout out to USA Carp Guide. As you guys can see behind me, we are gearing up for the season, man, and I am ready. I am ready to get out there and fish. I'm ready to breathe some Tennessee air and look at some Tennessee trees and catch some Tennessee fish. I really would like to catch an Indiana carp before I catch a Tennessee carp this year, but I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try my.
If you catch a Tennessee
Excuse me.
before Indiana, you're just going to have to change your residency. I mean,
Yeah, that's true. But Austin Jones has been killing it there on our TikTok. He's been killing it. I've been reposting his videos on our Instagram and on our Facebook. Thank you for everyone that follows us on our social medias and that, likes and shares our stuff. We see you guys. We love it. A lot of the comments, we put hearts on them, and believe it or not, we send them in our little group chat. We're like, look, they love it. They love it. We're like, look who's commenting. Look, we love all the community interaction. We love to feel engaged with you guys. We like to feel that we are friends with you. It's very, very cool. So thank you guys for engaging with our social media as much as you guys do, because you guys are really showing support and really rocking out with us. And thank you very much for Austin Jones, who is making all those cool edits, making the cool TikTok posts, the Instagram posts, and things like that. Now that we are more comfortable in not only what we're doing, but more comfortable in ourselves, right? Because if you look back, we were making videos and we were, doing things like the Estate Lake, and we were doing things like the 500 subscriber special at the Creek. And so we were making, short little videos and films and things like that. And then when we went to Dale Hollow and when we started to go to Dale Hollow regularly, it kind of stopped, right? I mean, not kind of stopped, it full on stopped. We only posted, I think, 2 more videos after that. And that was because we were shell shocked. There's so much going on that we didn't even think to pick up a camera. All of our energy is spent towards learning how to operate a houseboat. It's learning how do we find the fish in Dale Hollow? How do we operate a houseboat? How do we keep our mental health afloat as we're trying to learn these things? How do we keep our physical
get you guys
health?
the best experience? The pre-baiting and staying on top of things, learning all of those strategies, learning the lake itself. I mean, it's 24,000 acres. To get halfway across this lake, it is a 2.5-hour drive.
Mm-hmm. And so we were quite literally overwhelmed with all that. And even though, Kenny Mack and Austin and I all had conversations about we really need to get better about making videos, I think in the state we were in, it was quite literally impossible for us to, because we were overwhelmed. Now, I think with how confident we all are in not only ourselves, but now we're confident in each other. We know the vision that we want to have with our content. Now we can all record separate things and put them together. So you guys will 1000% be seeing films this year from USA Carp Guide and most likely personal channels as well. I don't want to give out too much about that, but you will be seeing USA Carp Guide long form content. We do have openings for camping trips, which start at 3 days for $500. And we have openings at Lake Zor. Check out our website for more info on Lake Zor, because I think you're going to want to see the pictures and things of that nature about Lake Zor. One thing that I want to talk about is Dave. Dave Outdoorsman, man. So he has started the New England Carp Angling Adventures in New England. And he is operating under USA Carp Guide. And he has the full Euro experience, but he has the full Euro experience, but he also has day trips. And what's cool is he'll take you out and he'll show you, how to catch carp around your area and do a little day trip. And that's really more affordable for the average angler. If I wasn't so tied up in Dale Hollow, then I would be doing something like Dave is now around me. I don't think that I could have the prices that he does because we don't have the fish, but I would definitely be doing more of those, take somebody out fishing that doesn't really know too much and, just have them pay for the bait or have them pay for, something like that if we're regularly doing it.
Well,
I'm
cat's out of
so
the bag. So if you live in Indiana or around the area and you want to get with me to fish Indiana waters, I do pre-baiting on a lot of different spots. I stay on top of things, have different groups of anglers. We've got spots ready to roll 24/7. Hit me up on Facebook. I'm the
All right.
first person to say, let's go fishing. And you cover your fuel there. You cover your cost of bait. We'll just go. And then you pay me what you feel is worth it.
Yeah, I like that. Uh, that's a good mod. As we're brainstorming just on live, let's I like that. I like that you say, you get yourself there. There's no cost, and at the end of the day, you tip me what you feel like is worth it. I would really appreciate if you could at least pay me back for the little bit of rebate that I put in for us a couple days beforehand. But you let me know what this experience was worth to you. I really, really like that, Austin. I really like that. I did that for 3 years in Florida and had two customers. I'm sure you love those two customers, though, didn't you?
See, but that's the
And
thing. We do it for the love of the fish. We don't care if we're going out with somebody or not. We're still going
right,
fishing. We're still going.
the thing is, we're most likely going fishing anyway, so anybody that would sign up for this would mainly be a tag along. So, as I'm saying that, I retract my statement about the at least pay me back for the pre-bait because I'm pre-baiting for myself anyway. If you don't show up or if you don't want to go, then I'll go fish it. So, everything's good, everything's fine. A couple more people that I do want to talk about. Wow, we filled out an hour, 7:52. I want to talk about CAG. Now, as we're talking about, these seminars, as we talk about these events and things like that, Barry and Sam and Ian and James are going to help me put on the Chicago Carp Classic. Okay. It's not going to be a Chicago. We might have a different name, but the CCC, man, we're trying to revive the CCC for anglers over here and for anybody that loved to fish that event. We are looking into different events. We don't want to give too much away just yet about where we are looking, but we are looking at somewhere that is first of all, we are looking for somewhere that has good carp fishing. That is the priority, is that we have good carp fishing. Secondly, we're looking that good carp fishing is easily accessible for people with disabilities, for people that can't carry all their kit, things like that. We want to pay respects for the people that paved our way, for the people that got us here to the point that we're at. So we do want to have designated pegs for handicapped and disabled people that do want to fish them. Third, we're looking for places that have hotels and restaurants and things like that want to work with us. And, because if we can get that, then that means that we can have cheaper stays. People have more money to actually be able to make it. And if we could have, restaurants and hotels that want to work with us and things like that, then that could change, an entire angler's outlook, and they might be able to go now because they get a discounted hotel room, or two anglers share a discounted hotel room, and now two anglers are able to make the trip. So we really are going to try to work with whatever town or township or city that we do choose this event to be held at. And if you are somebody that has run this event before, if you're somebody that had help running that event before, or if you just have, some recommendations of where to hold this place in the Midwest, then please let me
Experience,
know.
any experience in general with tournaments, setting,
Mm-hmm.
personal contacts with certain areas. If you've got a lake that you think could be of interest for us, shoot it our way. We're
Yeah.
doing scouting missions right now. We've got a few in mind that are like definitely on the list, but we're
Mm-hmm.
always scouting for new positions and new spots. So seriously, reach out. Let us know if you've got anything.
Yep. And so I do want to give a big thank you to CAG for asking me if I would be down to try to do that. So thank you very much, guys. I do appreciate that. And they also said that we will be able to do some seminars, just like we are going to try to do this social this weekend, that we can do some seminars on rig making, on bait making, on why we use rigs, on the type of rigs that we use. Just really, everything to try to get more carp anglers into carp fishing. And one of the ideas that I have for that is, a kids derby like they have in other places. And I'm really trying to look at the East Coast model, that everything that CAG does over there, everything that all these organizations do over there, and kind of bring it over to the Midwest so that we do have some kind of wild water carp fishing representation. And anybody that wants to learn actually has some sort of workshop or structure that they are actually able to come and learn from. So thank you guys at CAG for everything that you guys have done. And if you are not a CAG member, go ahead and check it out. I am waiting on my magazine to come in, so that's pretty cool. And if you are a first-time member, you do get a cool little starter kit. So check them out. And one of my last shout-outs before we get on to my last topic is Drop Back. So thank you very much, Gary Bartlett, for sending the pop-ups, for sending the stickers. Man, you beat us in stickers as of right now. You have the best stickers that I've seen, I think. I love the little mulberry guy. Molly loves the little grub tone crab. And thank you very much, Gary, for everything that you guys are doing over there at Dropback. Yeah, that. I'm waiting on that guy. One cool thing about Dropback that he would never tell anybody, that I have to tell people, because I had tears in my eyes yesterday when Molly asked me about it. And so he sends me a picture of this little vending machine that gives out Pokemon cards that are in slabs. And, I sent back, "Oh, cool, man. Good luck. Good luck. I hope you get a good one. Good luck, man." And he says, "Yeah, it's for you." I was like, "Bro, no, Gary, no, thank you. You don't have to do anything like that. We're already cool. You already sent me, baits and stickers." And for him to give me my first slab was incredible. And the fact it's a Flareon too, so that's awesome. So thank you very much, Gary. You're a wonderful, wonderful person. The last thing that I want to talk about before I get out of here and go make dinner, I can hear Molly banging around in pots and pans down there. And I brought it up a couple of times on the show already, is that we have got to get the next generation out there catching carp and showing them what proper carp care is. I think that if we can get them out there, if we can get them to experience the fight of a carp, if we can get them to experience netting, if we can get them to experience netting a fish properly, putting the fish on the mat, using the sling to transfer the fish. I think if we can get all of that to become the norm, then the generation after us will have a better respect of the fish than even some of us do. Somebody like myself who has just come into carp fishing within the last 3-4 years, to me, using a mesh or knotless net or something like that is mandatory. Using a unhooking mat is mandatory, or not necessarily an unhooking mat, but a mat to protect the fish on the ground, something like that is mandatory. Using a sling is mandatory when you are transferring the fish. Always protect it, never walking the fish above the ground back to the water. We're all human. We all make mistakes. We all do it sometimes. But I think if we teach the younger generation as they're coming up that these are the steps that we follow, that we do A, B, C, and then X, Y, and Z after we catch them, the carp care, the antifungal bacterial spray, that when they grow up and when they become carp anglers, that they won't second guess it because that's how they were taught. That's how they grew up. And so when they go to pass it on, that they will pass that on to the next group of anglers, and they'll be even better with carp care. So I think this thing just kind of snowballs, and it really, really starts it doesn't start with us. I was going to say it starts with us, but it's already started. It is our duty to make sure that it continues to snowball and we don't get in the way of what the people before us are doing. So we need to recognize what they have done up until this point, take the reins, go ahead and catapult this thing and further the entire sport of carp fishing. So thank you all very much for hanging out with me and talking with me tonight. Thank you very much for Austin Jones for being the producer and throwing in words of wisdom and saving me here and there. We filled out an hour and we are doing better and better. Check out Catch behind me right there. Oh, I pivoted the wrong way. Check out Catch right there behind me. We posted it on USA Carp Guide Facebook. If you cannot get it, then please message me. I will be posting it on my Facebook as well. Austin Jones, any closing comments?
Beautiful show, beautiful people. We're the best, the only. I'm joking. You guys have a lovely night.
Everybody have a great night.
Hi, I'm Daniel Irish from USA Carp Guide. Do you want to turn a good fishing trip into a
And the tide's got 4 or 5 seconds and we're out of time. It only takes 4 or 5 seconds when we're about to fold. It's sinking or swimming, thinking of you in the afterglow. And the tide's got 4 or 5 seconds and we're out of time.